first things first, notice we got the tripod set up. We have a club bob that's going over our pin or stick in most field cases, right? And then you're obviously mounting this onto your tripod, pretty self-explanatory. What you notice you notice how there's 3 knobs here? So think about that as 3 axes. You have to level it in this axis, you have to level it in this axis, you have to level it in that axis. And so what you do is you align this with the knobs that you're going to work with. You work with 2 knobs at a time, right? So for example, I'm going to do these 2 knobs here. I'll do it like this. I'm going to do these 2 knobs here, so I line the instrument with those 2. Now the only secret to this, guys, is 2 things. First of all, if your plate on the tripod is level, close to it, it makes it a lot easier here, right? If your tripod plate looks like this, it's going to be really hard to get an instrument up because you only have so much height on these legs that you can do. Does that make sense? And the other thing is, when you move these knobs, you're either going in, or out, out. If you do one in and one out, you're negating. You're adding something and subtracting it. So it basically will stay in the same position. It won't do it. Okay. So if you go in, or out, out, and there's a little bubble level at the top. I'll get this in one direction, and I'll have you guys come over here and look at it. I happened to pick one that was like really far off. Whoever used it last time had it like really out of whack. Alright, so who'd like to come over here and look at, can you guys see the bubble level? Send somebody, yeah, go ahead and film that too. You see I have it right dead in center there? But then when I rotate it this way, I got to get it that way too, right? You guys can watch me. So I'm going in, or out, out. And sometimes you just have to go with the feel, unless you can kind of look at it from afar and see which way you go until the bubble moves to the direction you want. Like this is not working for me, so I think I need to go this way. And there it starts moving. See that? So I've got it in that axis. I did it in this axis. I'm going to spin it one more time, right? So it's parallel to those. And I'm going to do the same thing. In, or out, out. Usually when you get 2 of them, the third one's real fast. So if I look at this instrument, I should be level. When I take it here, am I in the center? When I rotate it here, I might be off a little bit now that I did something else. But again, it's usually at this stage in the process, if you're off, it's usually just something real minor. So I should be level with that bubble, should be right in the middle. This axis, that axis. Again, you're working 2 at a time, in, or out, out. 2 at a time, in, or out, out. 2 at a time, in, or out, out. Okay? That's all there is to it.